Today we're modifying a NerdQAxe++, which is already heavily modified. It's got the Mod 1 fan adapter, it's got the Mod 4 stand, it's got a giant fan in the front, it's got a giant fan in the rear, it's got a whole bunch of heat sinks. So what else could we possibly do to this thing? Well, we could add this. This is the NerdQAxe LAN Mod V1, and it happens to be at the center of the latest desktop mining world controversy. You wouldn't think that there would be much controversy when it comes to like building a bunch of little gadgets that mine for Bitcoin. You'd think it's just a bunch of nerds mining for cryptocurrency and having a good time, but that's not true at all. Every week there's some sort of controversy, and this thing is at the center of the latest controversy, and that's because it's not open source. And so the open source guys that designed this board, they're all upset about it. People are calling each other names. There's all this beef on Twitter going on. But I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm just here to have a good time. And so today, we're gonna install this thing, and we're gonna see how well it works, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. So here's a little breakdown. This thing already has Wi-Fi. It's got an ESP32 chip, connects to Wi-Fi, no problem. And so why would you want to add an Ethernet cable adapter to this thing? So the answer to that is simple. This thing should improve my connection speed and stability. It's better for privacy. There are lots of reasons that you'd want to go for Ethernet over Wi-Fi, and all the real miners, all the big desktop, not desktop, but all like the big commercial and industrial miners, none of those are on Wi-Fi. They're all using Ethernet cables. And so we're going to turn this little desktop kind of toy miner into a real miner today with a real Ethernet cable, thanks to this thing, if it works. And so first things first, let's take a quick look at this. So I have this thing connected to my node, which is that right there, my Start9 node. And right now my ping is 3.4 milliseconds. That's very fast. And so, you know, do I need this? Probably not. Do I think it's kind of cool? Yeah, I do. Why am I asking myself questions? I have no idea. Anyway, let's install this thing, and here is how to do it. So step one is this. You have to remove this screen right here, and to do that, you just go like this. Done. Yank it off. Now we're going to add this thing where the screen used to be. Pop that in there. That looks kind of cool. And then put the screen back to where it used to go, kinda. Let's see. Pop that on, line the pins up, and push it in. Hey, all right. Now we have to connect this thing. This is the thing that actually connects to the Ethernet cable. So we need to add this little ribbon connector right here. So we'll do that. This one goes here. So that's it, folks. That's the whole video. See you later. Nah, I'm just kidding. We'll get this thing working. But yeah, very simple. It takes 10 seconds to install, and that's stage one. The second stage here, or the second phase of this project, is we have to download and install the proper firmware. So there's special firmware for this gadget right here, and I'll include a link to this down in the description below. This firmware is actually pretty cool. It's just like the latest firmware for the NerdQAxe++. It's got the dual pool and all that. But it has the LAN feature, obviously, which we need, and it also has a thing called balls deep overclocking mode, so you can crank this thing up as high as you want to go. So we need a couple of things. We need this WW bin, so we'll click that. And we need the ESP miner NerdQAxe++ bin, so we'll go ahead and click that. And then we'll pull both of these things off onto the desktop so we know where they are. And I must have had two in here because it renamed it to www.2 bin, and that's not what it needs to be, so we'll fix that real fast. Now we need to plug in this device, so let's go ahead and do that. So now we need to go to settings here, and we need to browse for this firmware, so we'll do that. And select ESP miner NerdQAxe++, and then flash. Then we'll let that do its thing. It's taking forever, something's not working right. Alright, firmware is updated successfully, cool. Okay, now let's do the www uploads. We'll browse for that, and select www.bin, upload, and then flash. Alright, cool. So that should be all we need to do. So LAN mode is activated, and we're LANing away. We're having a LAN party, kind of like back in the good old Counter-Strike days. Anyway, I like the way this thing looks. I like the little Spartan logo right there. It's kind of cool. And so now, my other NerdQAxe++s are probably jealous. But probably not, because, you know, they're Bitcoin miners and not sentient beings. Balls deep overclocking zone. That's crazy. But it gets crazier, because watch this. If you double-click it, then it unleashes balls deep overclocking, F around, and find out mode. That's insane. So yeah, you could really break your Bitcoin miner with this thing right here. That's great. We'll have to try that sometime and see what happens. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole video. That's very easy to do. Again, it's super simple. I think you have this thing for a NerdQAxe Gamma 601. Then you have to actually do some soldering. There's some different stuff that you have to do. But for this thing, it is absolutely plug and play. There's like nothing to it. It was just very simple. You pop the screen off, you pop that thing in, pop the screen back on, flash the firmware, and you are good to go. So if this is something that's important to you, then you might want to buy one of these things. We ordered this and it came from Greece. It got hung up in Austrian customs for like 3 weeks. I don't know why. I don't even know why it was going through Austria, but it was. And the Austrian customs guys were suspicious of it because it had a bunch of crazy wires and a little Spartan logo thing on the top, and they didn't know what it was. Well, they figured it out and they sent it over to America, and I finally got it a month later. And yeah, that's pretty much the deal. I think there's also some US distributors now for this too, so you don't actually have to order it from Greece if you really want to buy one. But kind of cool. Again, not a huge like increase. In fact, it's pretty much exactly the same as far as my ping. But you know what? I think it's cool, and I like to mod stuff. And when you mod stuff, it's fun. Anyway, there's a 15-minute video to explain a 10-second process. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.